So if you're an Indian student looking to study in the UK, you're in the right place. So the UK is one of the best places to study in the world, with great job opportunities, great universities, a lot of chances for some great exposure, networking, making lifelong connections. Not to mention that the UK has some of the shortest courses in the world. So an undergrad is only 3 years here, masters is only 1 year, and they allow you to work part-time while studying, so that can help you out financially as well. Today we're going to simplify the process of how to get from I want to study in the UK to I am studying in the UK. But before we do that, I want you to go check out my YouTube channel, because over there I make videos about medical school and university. So that includes vlogs, day in the life videos about lifestyle and travel as well, then videos about how to get into medical school and how to get into university, and general videos about my life in London as a student. So if that all sounds like something you're interested in, then go check it out and smash that subscribe button and join me for a lot more. So you can apply to the UK for different courses. So you can apply to the UK for an undergraduate course, you can apply for a postgrad course, or you can apply for a PhD as well. Now, this video is going to be centered around an undergraduate application. If you want to know more about applying for a master's in the UK, check out one of my other videos about how to apply for a master's in the UK, which I would have linked in the description. So step one is figuring out what course you want to study. So there are many different universities in the UK, and all of them offer a bunch of different courses. Courses ranging from business management to psychology to economics, different types of engineering, chemical engineering, electrical engineering, medicine, dentistry, biomedical sciences. The list is endless, it goes on and on. So first figure out what you want to study and where you want to study, because there are multiple universities in the UK. I know you would have heard a lot about Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial, but there are many more. Once you've decided what you want to study and where you want to study, so that doesn't just have to be one place, you can choose a few universities that you're interested in. So the next step is eligibility. That means figuring out your school grades or getting the right school grades for university in the UK. So the grades required to study an undergraduate degree in the UK vary, but in most universities they'll be around 85 to 90% minimum in an Indian board, so that's CBSE or ICSE or ISC. That's in your 12th grade. And if you're studying IB or A levels, it varies. It's anywhere from 34, 35 to 38 with a different requirement for your HLs. It depends on the university, so you really have to go check that out on the university's website. So just look up the university and the course that you want to study, go to entry requirements, click on that, and check out your particular course, whether it's IB, A level, CBSE or ISC, and figure out what the requirement is for that. Also, it's important to make sure that you've taken the required subjects, because certain degrees will have certain required subjects that you have to take in 11th and 12th grade. There's no minimum requirement for your 10th grade scores, but the better you perform, the better you'll fare, especially if you've done the IGCSE or any form of GCSEs, because that's something they can interpret based on what the school board is in the UK. So after you have your school grades sorted out, you're going to go to apply. In the UK, you'll be applying through UCAS. So UCAS is the system through which you apply for undergraduate degrees in the UK. You can submit your application to a maximum of 5 different universities. So all you need is one UCAS application, and that goes to 5 different universities max. So choose those 5 universities carefully based on where you want to study and where you think you're likely to get in based on the entry requirements. Then fill in your UCAS application with all your details. So this includes personal details, administrative stuff. That takes us to the next step, which is your personal statement. So your personal statement is another major part of your application to the UK. So it's a 4,000 character essay sort of, or a write-up that basically establishes why you want to study, the degree you're studying at the universities that you're interested in, what you've done to sort of forge your interest in this field, to explore this field further and talking a bit about where you want to take this degree in the future as well. Your personal statement has to be concise and example oriented. So that means that every statement should be something like, I want to study this due to my experience in this, which taught me that. So that establishes that you've learned something by doing something. That is your purpose. So everything needs to be supported by examples or experience. Once you've completed all these steps, filling out your UCAS applications, entering your predicted school grades, or if you have your final school grades in hand, then entering those, and then completing and submitting your personal statement. After all that is done, you submit your UCAS application, the deadline for which is October 15th if you're studying medicine, or if you're applying to Oxbridge, which is Oxford or Cambridge. If you're not doing medicine or applying to Oxford or Cambridge, you have to submit your UCAS application by usually around the 26th of January. One of the next steps in the application, if you're applying to Oxford, Cambridge or Imperial, or again medicine, will be interviews. You'll get interview calls, and based on your performance in the interview, you'll get offers. So that's only true for those few universities, or if you're studying medicine/dentistry. Another important criteria for eligibility is the IELTS. Or an English language qualification. Let's say that an English language qualification is required. The standard one for the UK is the IELTS, unless you've studied the IBDP or A levels and you've taken English as a subject and you've procured a certain grade in English. In that case, you've already met the eligibility requirements and you don't have to give the IELTS. But if not, you have to give the IELTS and you have to get a minimum score of somewhere between 6 to 7 depending on the university that you're applying to. So if you've applied with your predicted grades, that means before you've given your board exams or your final exams, you're going to get an offer from the university if they like your application and you meet all their minimum requirements. So that offer doesn't mean your place is confirmed. It'll be a conditional offer. So it'll say something like, suppose you're studying CBSE, it'll say that you have to get a minimum of 85% across all your subjects, with a minimum of 80% in each subject in your final board exams. And if you get that, or if you meet that offer, then your place at the university for that course will be confirmed. So that's what a conditional offer is, and that's what you'll get if you're applying in your 12th grade. So if you meet your conditional requirements, then it's all good, you're all set. If you don't meet it, then you're unfortunately going to lose that place. But what you can do is you can apply later on in July, August for something called clearing. So clearing basically gives you the opportunity to apply to courses where they have some empty spaces and they have lower entry requirements. So you can apply through clearing on UCAS and maybe get a place at a university to study a course that you're interested in. It may not be the same ones you've applied for, but do check it out in case you're in that situation, because you may still get the chance to study a good degree in the UK. Now, the fees to study in the UK is usually between 20 to 40,000 for most of the top universities in the UK. It's more expensive for medicine and dentistry, but for all other courses, it'll be between 20 and 40,000 pounds a year. For scholarships, well, they're not too many, but there are scholarships out there, especially for non-medicine/dentistry courses. So medicine and dentistry, you're not going to find many to any scholarships. Other courses, there a decent few out there that you can look for. So I have a video on that, on how to find undergraduate scholarships in the UK and some of the existing ones. So I made a video on that, go check it out. I'll leave a link in the description down below. But just a few scholarships off the top of my head that you can check out are the Chevening Scholarship, the Commonwealth Scholarship, Great Scholarship, and then there are many other university specific ones. Go to that video, watch it, and you'll find out how to find these different scholarships. Once you got your offer all accepted, you're going to get a CAS number, or a confirmation of acceptance of studies number, from your university. You use that to apply for a Tier 4 student visa in the UK. If your application goes through and you meet all the requirements and you give them all the needed documentation, then you're all set and you're going to be starting your course in the UK from September or October, depending on, again, your university or your course. So that is how to get into UK university from scratch if you know nothing about the process. Just to go over it, we covered picking a university, getting the minimum school grades and finding out what the minimum school grades are, completing your UCAS application, writing your personal statement, meeting your conditional offer, and then finally starting to study in the UK. I hope that clarifies things for you. If you want to know more about each one of these steps in the process, I have videos on most of them, so go check it out down in the description below. I would have linked all the useful videos that will give you more information on studying in the UK. If you found the video helpful, if you found it enjoyable, and if you think that you'd benefit from watching more such videos, then drop a like down below on this video, smash that subscribe button, and share the video with any of your friends who might find this useful. Other than that, I will see you in the next one.